Alright, so Sophie Rain is at it again, this time unveiling the Bop House, her own low-budget attempt at recreating the Hype House. Picture chaotic TikToks, pointless games nobody asked for, and even an application to recruit more creators for her platform. Because apparently, raking in $43 million a year wasn't enough for a personal ATM. And if you think that all of that sounds bad, just wait, it somehow gets even worse. So Sophie Rain recently unveiled her latest masterpiece, the Bop House. Yes, that's what it's called. She even tweeted out the big announcement with this goofy logo that looks like it was pulled straight from a failed 2013 mobile game. It's basically her take on Hype House, except instead of cringe TikTok dances, it's a breeding ground for, well, cringe creators trying to cash in on her OnlyFriends empire. You think that someone making $43 million a year could afford a better design team, or, you know, better ideas. But nope, here we are. Now imagine there are men, 500,000 of them, who willingly fork over their hard-earned cash to fund this freak show. Let that sink in for a moment. 500,000 dudes out here paying their monthly Sophie Rain taxes like she's their landlord or something. Honestly, it's absurd. These are the same guys who probably complain about inflation, yet they're out here inflating Sophie's $43 million empire. Let's be real, without this army of clowns bankrolling her ridiculous stunts, there's no way she'd pull stuff like this. The Bop House? It wouldn't even exist. You're not just enabling her, you're giving her the green light to take things from cringe to outright dystopian. And let's talk about what you're really funding here. It's not just content. It's a never-ending cycle of ridiculous schemes designed to squeeze every penny out of the Sims. If these guys put the same effort into literally anything else, stocks, crypto, a lemonade stand, they'd probably be millionaires by now. Instead, they're out here making Sophie Rain richer while she laughs all the way to the bank. The harsh truth is, unless people stop throwing their money at creators like Sophie, we'll keep getting stunts like this. It's not just cringe, it's enabling. And unless this circus loses its audience, the show will unfortunately go on. Let's talk about what a hard day's work looks like at the Bop House. Spoiler alert, it's literally standing in front of a tripod, shaking your body around like a monkey doing tricks in a zoo for a banana. Except in this case, the banana is cash from men who really need to touch grass. This is what they're calling content these days? You're standing in a rented mansion, twirling around like it's some groundbreaking art form while the tripod silently judges you. Groundbreaking stuff, really. And the worst part? They're not even subtle about it. They post these behind-the-scenes clips like it's inside look into some secret creative process, when in reality, it's just adults playing dress-up for an audience of overly generous wallets. Hard work? Please. Go ask someone working a double shift at a diner about their content strategy, and then compare it to this circus act. The bar is so low, it's basically underground, but the Bop House manages to dig even deeper. Standing in front of a camera, making suggestive faces and calling it a grind? If this is what hard work looks like, then I guess anyone with a ring light and 2 brain cells to rub together can run the world. It's not just ridiculous, it's insulting to people who actually hustle for their paycheck. And to think there's an entire application process for this nonsense now? I mean, imagine signing up for a job that involves nothing more than shaking your body like it's some revolutionary career move. At this point, the only people working hard here are the men funding this absurdity. When people started pointing out that Bop House was nothing but a dollar store ripoff of the Hype House, you think they might come up with some clever, self-aware response, right? Their genius idea was to shoot what might be the cringiest TikTok known to humankind. And of course, they slapped on some heinous Sigma-coded audio, acting like everyone was crying because they were jealous. Jealous of what exactly? A budget version of an already washed up concept? Be serious. People might be crying, sure, but not out of jealousy. They're crying because this nightmare somehow ended up on their feeds, burning precious seconds of their lives away they'll never get back. It's not just bad, it's the kind of unwatchable that makes you question your Wi-Fi provider for even letting it load. Like, how old are you? 13? Wait, no, my bad. That's just the age bracket you target to sell your content to. Because nothing screams perfect audience for this trash like teenagers who still need permission slips to leave the house. It's honestly disgusting. You got grown adults pumping out content so painfully out of touch, it hurts, trying to pass it off as something revolutionary. Newsflash, copying a tired format and slapping your grotesque twist on it doesn't make you innovators. It makes you desperate, disgusting creatures, the lot of you.
Disgusting!
And if all of this wasn't enough to make your eyes water, brace yourself, because I'm about to show you some of the so-called sophisticated content they churned out. P.S. Don't sue me, I'm suffering just as much as you, if not more. So here's a TikTok from the official Bop House account. And it's basically them trying to stage a home invasion scenario. Like, I guess they're going for suspense? Drama? A plot? Who knows? Because what we actually got was acting worse than the visual effects in Dragon Ball Evolution. Man, just why? Who is this even for?
There's this weird ass girl at the fucking door of the Bop House like every single day. I don't know what to do with her. It's so weird. She won't leave.
Here's another gem, a teaser what they're calling an extreme noodle challenge, apparently. Honestly, I don't even care enough to question this mess anymore, but can we talk about the part where Sophie smacks the other girl's head? I sure hope that hit jumpstarts at least one of her 2 brain cells because clearly the other one's still buffering.
I just don't have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing from this drama.
And finally, we have what can be graciously dubbed Cringemas, aka Cringe Christmas. This TikTok masterpiece is somehow both a holiday cheer attempt and a recruitment ad for their circus of chaos. It's like they thought, how can we make Christmas unbearable? Oh, I know, by turning it into a marketing gimmick for the Bop House. Because nothing says festive spirit like begging people to join your sideshow.
Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bop. I like it the way that you boppity bop.
And now let's talk about the absolute bottom tier of this entire saga. The people who actually made TikToks to submit applications for the Bop House. Like, imagine willingly auditioning for this. Case in point, a grown woman, a literal mom, making a TikTok where she asks, does the Bop House need a mom? Sis, you have actual children and a real house to take care of. Why on earth would you want to trade that in for being the honorary den mother of a content house filled with glorified clout chasers? Your kids need a stable role model, not someone trying to supervise TikTok stunts where people hit each other with pool noodles. This isn't leading a life of fulfillment, it's veering straight into a midlife crisis. Focus on building a life filled with love, acceptance, and meaningful moments, not babysitting a pack of wannabe influencers who think that shaking their body in front of a tripod is the grind. You're better than this, or at least I hope you are.
Stop it. Get some help.
Here we go again, folks, another puppet. And I say puppet because that's exactly what these people act like, dancing on strings for the approval of the Council of Bobs. This one, in particular, captioned her TikTok with Day 5 of dancing until she gets invited to the Bop House. 5 days? 5 actual days of willingly embarrassing herself for a spot in a glorified circus act? Look, I don't know who needs to hear this, but there are plenty of legitimate career opportunities out there that don't involve shaking it for free in hopes of impressing the same people who think extreme noodle challenges are peak content. This isn't dedication, it's delusion. And the fact that she's treating this like some kind of sacred crest to the promised land of Bop House fame is just sad. Here's an idea. Instead of dancing for clout, maybe dance your way into a job application process where you actually get paid for your time and energy. Or better yet, put that energy into something that doesn't make you the internet's next meme. Because let's be real, even if you get into that house, the only person who's really profiting is Sophie Rain, while the rest of you are just extras in her bizarre reality show. So to the aspiring Bop House dancers out there, stop embarrassing yourselves. Life is too short to be out here auditioning for a gig that only guarantees cringe content and public ridicule.
Got any spare change? Get a job!
Alright, here's the last one, because if I have to endure even one more of these, I swear my brain will just check out permanently. So here we have another aspiring Bop recruit, this time captioning her masterpiece with, "Does the Bop House need a skinny blonde 18-year-old? Girl, really? You thought this was the move? Picking up your phone, recording that cringe, and posting it for the world to see was your golden ticket into this house of horrors? Sis, where did you even come from? The Pick Me Please factory? Because this is giving grade A pick me energy. You're not just trying to get noticed, you're practically waving a neon sign that says, "Please validate my existence." And let's be real, this isn't confidence, it's desperation dressed up as self-promotion. But hey, maybe Sophie Rain will see this and think, wow, what a unique groundbreaking idea. Spoiler, she won't. Because here's the thing, Blondie, this whole skinny blonde 18-year-old shtick isn't just some kind of exclusive ticket into stardom. It's a trope that is so tired, even Hallmark movies would pass on it.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! What are the parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Now we've officially hit the comedic jackpot, folks. The most ironic part of this whole circus? Women who probably never, ever sat through an actual job interview in their lives are now playing HR professionals at the Bop House. What we can call the Council of Bobs is here to decide who's qualified enough to shake in front of a tripod. Yes, this is the bar now, a glorified committee to vet TikTok applicants as if they're hiring for the Pentagon. And let's not pretend that this is some legitimate operation. These are the same people who spent all week filming clips that redefine cringe, sitting there nodding seriously like they're about to hire the next CEO. In reality, they're just trying to find someone willing to humiliate themselves on camera for free clout. It's the blind leading the blind into a content black hole. Oh, and for any of you curious about the so-called Brecky Hill drama surrounding this whole circus, do yourselves a favor and research it on your own time, because I haven't reached that level of unemployment yet to pretend to care. And honestly, the mere mention of her name feels like an energy drain, and I'm not wasting my brain cells on it.
Go f yourself. Go f yourself. Go f yourself.
This is peak irony. People who wouldn't survive a 5-minute corporate interview deciding the qualifications of others. Someone please remind them that a council of Bobs isn't going to save this sinking ship.
This one. Oh, she's so pretty.
What are you guys doing?
We're reviewing Bop House applications.
Oh.
We're looking for new members. What about no?
Ew. But we do need like an assistant, so we're looking also for an assistant.
And the wildest thing about all this is that the only person who's going to walk away from all this with a fat stack of cash is Sophie Rain. Everyone else, they're just wasting their time and money trying to chase a fantasy that is as real as a unicorn doing taxes. Here's the harsh truth that no one in the House of Delusion will tell you. Only a tiny fraction of creators ever make it big in the world of OnlyFriends or influencer stunts. The majority, they're barely scraping by, with most not even hitting $500 a month. It's not a career, that's a side hustle that barely pays for gas. And listen, I get it. The idea of instant fame and easy money sounds tempting, but this isn't the path, my dude. This is a hamster wheel disguised as a golden opportunity. You pour in hours of effort, your dignity, and maybe even your mental health, only to end up broke, burn out, and wondering where it all went wrong. Meanwhile, Sophie Rain is treating this whole circus like her personal ATM. She'll keep pulling in millions, while everyone else struggles to stay afloat.
$4 million? $4 million in a month?
So if you're even considering hopping into the sinking ship, ask yourself, is this really worth sacrificing your time, money, and self-respect for? Because trust me, there are better ways to build a future than being another pawn in Sophie's clout game. This dude sums it up. Generation is finished. Short, brutal, and honestly kinda sums up the vibe of the Bop House situation perfectly. This one's dark but not wrong. At this time, the apocalypse seems like hope. When content like this exists, you kinda get where they're coming from. This one pulls no punches. This is pathetic. This one is painfully accurate. You know, I'm not even mad or shocked. You people did this. A harsh reminder that enablers keep fueling the circus. So there you have it. A house full of absurdity, cringe-worthy auditions, and a so-called business model that's just a goldmine for Sophie while everyone else fumbles. If you got thoughts, theories, or just need to vent about how ridiculous this all is, join the discussion on our Discord. Trust me, it's way more entertaining and productive than the Bop House will ever be.